6, 7 seasons ago, we did a ramen show. Started Sun Noodled in Teterboro, worked our way through Manhattan to Brooklyn. We're in a ramen renaissance right now. A lot has changed, so today it's ramen all day. 4 spots, 4 totally different styles. Avenue A, down to Delancey Street, across to the West Village. All we're gonna talk about is noodles, broth, toppings, and everything that makes ramen so special. That's the show. Stay tuned. Ramen, a lot of slurping. I'm Ike Colameco, industry insider. Been in the business my whole life, and I know what it takes to succeed. Each week we'll take you into real kitchens, filmed in real time. Backstage passes to a day in the life of chefs, restaurateurs, and their teams. The competition's fierce. Careers, life savings, and reputations hang in the balance. These are my people, and this is their passion. And that's what's next on Mike Colameco's Real Food. Mike Colameco's Real Food is brought to you by the continuous, generous support of the following underwriters.
Extra virgin olive oil from Colavita, an Italian family brand.
Rachel Ray's signature specialty food line, designed for preparing meals at home.
So boil 1 minute. After graduating high school, I went to San Diego to learn English and also the surfing.
Surfing.
Surfing, yes.
Tare.
Yeah, this is shoyu tare. Chicken fat with ginger.
Ginger.
And also kombu. Ocean in California is very cold,
Yeah.
so I need something warm my body up every day. So I made the soup stock by myself every day. That's my first cooking by myself. My mother helped.
Sun Noodle, everybody uses Sun. Everybody goes there and says, this is what I'm looking for, and then they custom make ramen for the stores. And you were their in-house chef for years, right?
Yes. So I just try make ramen and people love it.
Bingo. And the rest is history.
Yeah.
Now that I'm able to work with him, and again, he's teaching me a lot about what is standard,
I met Kenshiro Uki, and then I said my dream is the ramen gonna be not only Japanese food, it's gonna be worldwide with quality. That's very important.
How long does this one cook for?
3 minutes. Yeah, miso soup is very piping hot, miso ramen soup. So we need the thick noodle for
To
it's
hold
not
up.
get yes.
Yeah. What's that, chef?
That's a miso.
Miso.
Miso tare, yes.
Bean sprouts, scallion.
Yeah, bean sprouts, scallion, and miso tare, and then we're gonna put the mugi tea for broth.
So is this like vegan, vegetarian?
Yes.
Vegan.
The mix with the fire, so it's very roasted, rich
Yeah.
broth.
And what's in there, chef, in the Canberra?
This is we call exo. It looks like meat, but it's from soybeans, soy protein, barley, and rye, and mixed with a little chili oil and ginger as well. So the soup is almost like a little bit, not gravy, but it's very rich texture from miso.
Really good, man.
Thank you.
And it's vegan.
It's vegan.
God, that's good. I guess I don't need meat for this meal period. You opened this niche right next door, literally separated by the hallway, I guess, of the building. But this is completely different. This is Masaman Style.
Masaman, yes.
There you're doing something that's very old, very traditional,
Yes.
very comforting, typical, light. This is very the opposite way.
Yeah, opposite way.
This is like avant-garde, fusion, playing around with American ingredients.
Yes. My project, the phase one is, I want to present for people the classic style of ramen. But phase two is I want to moving forward for very latest style. What is missing of the ramen? Steak masaman,
Chef, what is that?
pork paste. It's using pork belly, very long time cook to melt, and then mix it. And soy sauce, the shoyu tare.
Shoyu tare.
Yes.
Right.
The masaman is, it's no broth, so it's very easy to stick together. So I need to something a little bit wavy.
Wavy pasta,
Yeah,
got it.
pasta, yes. Okay, so I have a diced ribeye.
Yep.
I'm gonna fry it a little bit, just only 10 seconds to loosen it up. Actually, here is all electric, so I cannot use a charcoal. So I use the stone and the electric heat, and I grilled on that. And also that I cut with the one bite size to more surface area comes up, so people can enjoy the very smoky real ribeye with noodle.
What's in the liquid? What's in the broth itself?
That liquid is actually tonkotsu.
Tonkatsu.
Tonkotsu, yes.
So pork
paste. Yeah, yes.
Thick, viscous protein.
Exactly.
And so we have the meat, then there's pork base, which is really rich and unctuous. But it's not just that. You also make like an onion reduction, like almost like a French onion soup flavor thing.
Yes.
That goes on there too.
This is kind of the French onion style, the red wine and butter and then the onion. And soy sauce here, the shoyu tare. This is a steak masaman. Many ingredients come from ramen still, but I couldn't make like a steak ramen. It's pretty hard to, but right now I can use everything together because of the Masaman style.
And there's so much flavor in this. It's like it hits every point. It's just great. Mapo tofu.
Yes, mapo tofu. I put a little of nagaimo, the Japanese sticky potato.
Tofu?
Yeah, diced tofu here.
Firm tofu.
And the same size diced of the nagaimo.
Which is a Japanese sticky potato.
Yes, very crunchy and interesting.
Yeah, it's got that stickiness, almost reminded me when I had it of, not flavor-wise, but natto.
Natto. Chili, I use the garlic and some soybean, the fried, and 2 type of chili.
It's good. It's just a beautiful dish. And you do get that potato starch in your mouth. It's so flavorful and texturally fun in your mouth.
Yeah.
It's just like an explosion. It's wow.
So around here, I can learn great food culture here, but I really want to put to my style of like a mixed noodle. Bolognese,
Oh,
vegan. It's a really good dish.
vegan bolognese.
Yes. We use miso with the tomato sauce. We make crushed tomato and soy sauce and roasted, very long time roasted. So that I need to put a little fresh chili.
What's heating up here?
This is the exo sauce with eggplant.
That's how it's vegan.
Yes.
Yeah, eggplant's a good substitute for meat, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And you're allowing a little of the water from the cooker to go in.
Yes.
Much like pasta.
Yes, exactly.
Rather than shaking it out like we always do with traditional ramen.
It's vegan bolognese.
Vegan bolognese, which is hysterical because it's 2 words that shouldn't be in the same sentence. Delicious. It's meaty.
Yeah, it's very meaty.
Somehow or other, there's like if I'm blindfolded, it's meat. I don't know why, and I don't know where I'm picking the meat cues up. The eggplant's crazy. This is a great dish.
Masaman is actually no style, just only noodle mixed with something.
When we were filming at Sun Noodle, Peterborough, you knew I was coming, I'm Italian, and one of the dishes you made was ramen with tomato sauce, basil,
yes, basil,
and I think
yes.
pork sausage. Well, I'm really curious. It was like almost like a bolognese or a meat sauce with basil. That's thinking out of the box. That's great. 6 years later, that's kind of what you're doing here.
Masaman is definitely come from culture from ramen because we are using the ramen noodle. And I love pasta because the texture is very good and also the Italian ingredients awesome. But I don't care. I just want to make great noodle dish with Masaman Style.
Growing up, was ramen a big part of your life?
Actually, like food industry, especially Japanese food, because I born in Japan and grow in Japan, and I've been food industry more than 10 years, so that is big part of my life, I think.
Growing up in Tokyo, how many styles of ramen?
A lot,
Right?
a lot, yeah, a lot. Like a pork broth also, and like a shio with sour taste, soy sauce taste.
Right.
This is ramen, but different style of ramen, so we call it like a Jiro style.
Your broth, basically it's a 24-hour process.
Exactly.
Once it starts, it never goes into refrigeration.
No.
And the entire cooking time is over 4 days, 5 days. First, you're blanching the pig heads and the joints.
Yep.
So they go cold in cold water, brought to a simmer, cook for 2 hours.
After that, we have to wash the bones.
Wash the bones, but that first broth gets thrown out.
Yes.
And it was disgusting.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine that broth becoming something anybody would want to eat because that flavor would never go away. So the one pot's blanching, second pot is another reduction. And how long does that big pot cook with the bones in it?
Basically, one day, maybe more than 16 hours, but still every day we have to boil it.
Because the middle pot's the one you're using for service, right?
Yes.
That's the broth that we're going to see tonight
Exactly.
on plates.
So you need a skill and taste it every time. Every time the taste is different.
It's like a living creature.
Yeah.
Every day it's different.
Yep.
The stock is super important.
It's very skillful. You have to check everything.
It's the key. I mean, there's no place to hide.
This is bean sprout. We have to warm it up. This is ramen sauce.
That's the tare.
Yep, tare.
What's this called on the menu, chef? This ramen?
This ramen?
Yeah.
Jiro style?
Gyros.
Jiro style, yeah. Jiro style has a lot of bean sprout on the ramen. This is chashu. Some Jiro style doesn't have spinach, but I like spinach a lot. So,
It's good for you.
yeah. Yep. This is our Jiro style ramen. And this is a tsukemen noodle.
This style of ramen, how do you pronounce it? Tsukeman?
Tsukemen, yeah.
Tsukeman ramen.
And they made in a dipping style, which means soup and noodle are different and
Separate.
separate.
Right.
Exactly. Tsukemen noodle has to be cold, basically. So after we boil this noodle, wash with cold water.
And you're rinsing the starch off? That's why you're cooling it and then rinse all the starch off.
Exactly, and take it out all water as possible as we can. This is tsukemen broth. So this is tsukemen. Okay, this is tsukemen. Noodle and soup separately. Dip the noodle little by little. If you add a lot of noodle one time, broth getting colder
Too
soon.
cold, right.
Yeah, and if you can eat with bean sprout, but of course bean sprout is hot, so really nice. Spinach, dip in here. Yummy. Yeah, that's the karaage, Japanese fried chicken. It's marinated based on soy sauce, sake, ginger, and garlic, with potato starch and flour, and fried it.
Let's talk about a couple of the other dishes, because you have that fried chicken skin and
Fried chicken skin. It's
like bar
it's
food,
basic.
snack food.
Yeah. This is the flour, potato starch, and the flour. Mix it.
potato starch and flour.
Yeah, exactly. This is chicken skin. Also, like we have karage, which means fried chicken. Of course, skin comes with chicken, right? So we don't waste any food, you know.
Right.
So sometimes, you know, like we peel the skin and throw it away. It's gonna be trash, but still we can use it and it tastes good. 5 minutes.
Oh, that's long, huh?
Yeah. This is very unique item in the New York also. You know, like once I cook it and I ate it, a lot of employees loves it. Customer always order the chicken skin.
What's the dipping sauce, chef?
We use the Japanese citrus sauce, and this is the key lime. Good. よかった.
Put those between white bread, mayonnaise, a little lettuce. That's a sandwich right there.
Yeah.
That's lunch. Breakfast of champions, lunch of champions. The omelet that you make here, how do you do that omelet?
It's not the Japanese tamagoyaki, which means Japanese omelette, but dashimaki is different because we add dashi. Egg and dashi and soy sauce.
So temperature is so important on this, right, chef?
Yep.
The pan temperature.
Yep. This pan has to be like like oil and the pan.
Seasons.
Yeah.
What kind of metal is that? Is it like a cast iron?
This is a copper. Yeah.
Copper. That's unusual. So that's just beaten egg, anything in the egg?
Yeah, egg and dashi.
Dashi.
Yeah, and also soy sauce and a little bit mirin.
Mirin.
Which mirin means like a kind of sake.
Yep.
Japanese omelette tastes no good if you don't have skill. You need a technique to
Right.
roll it up,
Right.
egg, because it's really soft. We have to roll it up as soon as possible. That's my master told me. So has to be like a little bit quick.
You can't step away from the pan. Once you start that, you're
I have to follow that.
7-8 minutes, you're on it, on it, on it. Yeah.
It takes more than 3 months. So every day I roll it up, but like I cannot make a good shape, I cannot make a good taste. So my chef told me like, oh, no good, no good. I cannot serve to the customer. I cannot serve to the customer. Just this is for the meal break for the employee. Okay. After 3 months, he said, oh, maybe this is good. This is dashimaki.
Super delicate. See the layers. It's got that beautiful smoky flavor from dashi.
Dashi?
Dashi. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
I love to, make somebody happy. That's why, I really love to work in a restaurant actually, especially making a good food, and especially also ramen too. When customer eating food, they're happy. That is my, my point of my life.
We're at Ike, E-A-K. We're on 6th Avenue between 11th and 12th West Village. This concept started in Japan. Ike is the style of ramen. It's here spelled E-A-K, but it's like a phonetic pronunciation. It's yet another style of ramen. We're gonna see a pork broth here. It's tonkatsu that's cooked for like 4 days, basically. Blended, pork head, same story. Strained, blended, reworked again. But their kick is they've got a chicken stock they make as well, so it's a blend of the two. Ike ramen that we're seeing, it's a mix of pork, like tonkatsu style,
Yeah.
and chicken.
Yeah.
Kind of unusual.
Each soup is 12 different heads.
12 different heads
Yeah.
of pigs.
Yeah.
Blanched for 2.5 hours, then you throw that water out.
Yeah.
Because it
both of them we throw the
stinks.
water out. Yeah. Both we throw the water out. The one with the meat we keep for sub soup, and one without the meat we keep for main soup. Because after we do this, we put it together and make the main soup.
But it's more time.
Yeah.
So 8 hours here, then this is like a 2 to 3 day process almost.
2.
2 days.
process.
And that last one on the back is chicken.
Yeah, chicken. So that's for the sub soup.
Sub soup.
Yeah. The sub soup is always for the main soup. It's like when it goes low, we add more.
So it's like a mother's sauce and you're feeding it constantly
Yeah.
with,
Then we went back
you're
to it.
adjusting this all day long with the other one. We should explain, the chef, who's the active chef here, is Japanese, does not speak English well, or is not confident enough.
Yeah.
So when he does the demos, Melvin, you're helping us translate today. So tell me about the dish he's making. What is it?
Is the original, the EAK?
So what's he putting in now? The tare,
Yeah. Then you got chicken oil.
which is chicken fat.
Yeah. Like the EAK is like a own recipe. only the main chef know.
That's typical of ramen places.
Yeah. So right now the noodle takes 2 minutes, just because we have thick noodles. Other ramen shops have thin, but ours is thick just because it go well with the broth. Our broth is like a little heavy, so the noodle match with it. The strong taste. Right now he's drying the noodles out. You don't want no water in the noodle. First, you blend the noodles so you get add the topping on top so it won't float down. 3 toppings: spinach, tachu, and seaweed. The seaweed have their own decoration that Ike only have.
That's nasty good. What's this one called again?
The Ike.
It's your signature, the Ike.
Yeah.
Man, that's one satisfying bowl of noodles.
Yep.
This is the latest style you have here, right? The latest of the broths? And this is just chicken broth.
Yeah. So just for people that don't eat pork.
These noodles cooked quicker, right?
Yeah, 1 minute.
So this is the lightest noodle and the lightest broth.
Yeah. It's chicken breast, memma, green onions, white onions, and naruto. And you take 1 seaweed.
Remember, the tare is on the bottom. You got to mix it up. So we're going to get everything activated. So this one should be the lightest of them all because it's just chicken. You can kind of see it. Those little beads on the top are from the chicken fat that he added. Oh man, it's great too. It's a real contrast to the one right before it, which is great. This is just way, way lighter, but it's delicious.
Eggplant deep fried is 8 pieces. Usually it takes like 30 seconds, but like it all depends on the size. If it's bigger, we have to cook it longer. You don't want it too tough inside. Now he just drained the oil out. Then after you're done, you saute it with a mix of A oil and the soy sauce.
Ah.
It's fast.
Oh, that was fast.
Yeah, it's really fast cooking. That just for garnish it is peppers.
I love eggplant. It's so good. Thank you, chef. I'm sitting down with this. Don Margate. Thank you. Tell me about this first one, Soto. What is the story behind this brand?
This is a Daiginjo sake. This is American owner, which is
Crazy,
kind of rare to
right?
find.
Daiginjo means how far down they're doing the...
All the way to the top.
Okay.
They take all the sake out, so it's a little sweeter, but it's still yet smooth.
All right, let's go. Pour away.
And this can be used as a coaster too, which is kind of,
Well, that's a cool marketing idea.
yes,
Okay.
denim.
And what temperature are we drinking this? Room temperature's fine?
It's cold, way colder in the fridge.
Are you gonna have some?
Yes, I was waiting.
Salute.
Cheers.
That's beautiful. Fruit and sweet at first, but then it kind of dries out.
Yes, that's kind of like a Daiginjo's known
Signature?
for. Yeah. It started really smooth and then it has like a nice ending to it too.
That's beautiful. Now tell me about this one, because I really liked this one.
This one is unfiltered sake. You see the rice dents?
When you pour it in the glass, we'll see. It's crazy, because it's really cloudy.
Yes, creamy. And then you kind of feel the rice.
And it has a consistency to it, actually. It has like a little viscosity. Almost the color of like skim milk.
Milk.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do the Japanese say when they toast?
Kanpai.
I should know that.
Yes,
Kanpai.
kanpai.
This is more alcohol. More alcohol.
21, I believe.
Yeah, this is, you can feel it's hotter.
21 alcohol.
This is hotter.
I
But I
love
like
dessert.
it. I don't know why I like it. Do you like this?
I love this. It's a dessert sake for me.
It's just not filtered at all. So it's rice. What's the name of this one?
Kiksui,
Kiksui. It's a
which is the
Japanese
name
word.
of the brand.
Okay, Kiksui Perfect Snow.
Yeah, perfect
Okay.
snow.
Yep.
Do you ever get tired of eating this ramen?
Never.
It's crazy, right?
Never.
And
It's like so addicting.
I was doing ramen all last week, like 3 nights in a row, and then I had 4 nights out of town, no ramen, and I was dreaming about ramen.
That's what ramen do.
Yep.
Which one's you making?
They also have the miso.
Oh, so hot.
It's the spicy. I like the spicy and the miso.
What's the spice come from?
The spicy is a bunch of ingredients.
In the miso.
Yeah, that's the chicken. We cook it with like 5 different type of sauce to make it spicy.
Well, those are really thin noodles. How long those noodles cook for, chef?
The thin noodle cooks for 1 minute. They also have to take carrots, bean sprouts, spinach, tashu, and spicy chicken. And you can get it to be mild, spicy, or hot. And then if the ramen is hot, we add each meat on top of it.
What's that last squirt?
It comes from the chicken.
It's just like fat?
Yeah, it's like fat, but all the spice in it.
I mean, the broth is so viscous. Like 30 weight oil. Wow. That's crazy. Like, you can't make this at home, period. I must have had 20 bowls of ramen today already. And it's just so good. I don't care. Like, I'm gonna eat another one and I'm gonna have ramen for dinner tonight. That's a promise. Yeah. You can't get enough of this stuff.
Mike Colameco's Real Food is brought to you by the continuous, generous support of the following underwriters.
Extra virgin olive oil from Colavita, an Italian family brand.
Rachel Ray's signature specialty food line, designed for preparing meals at home.